Hello, I'm Aditi Karthick and I got an All India rank 19 in UCEED. Today I'm going to walk you through some of the practice sketches I made while preparing. I made this video because this is exactly what I was looking for back then, right? Like actual practice sketches from the toppers and not only tips. And I couldn't really find that anywhere. Enough talk, here's what my prep actually looked like. This is the first one, with the question telling you to imagine yourself as a crow in the marketplace. The first thing I usually do while attempting any such open-ended question is create a story or an event associated with the sketch. The examiners don't only want a drawing, right? They want a story that goes along with it. So I think that UCEED's Part B is just as much storytelling as it is sketching. So once you have a strong bait or a hook that draws the examiner's attention, I think securing marks should be much easier. This is the second question, and it's also a POV. Well, all of today's examples are. In this, I try to get the viewer to interact with the drawing by creating an emotional connection. I think your drawing should contain one main storytelling hook as a theme of the sketch, and the details which really flex your drawing skills should be surrounding it. This way, the examiner is also exposed to your creativity and your art skills, and is drawn in immediately, so yes. This is the next question. I'm not reading all that, but yeah. In this one, I did not have the time to detail the people, but please make sure you get those kind of details in. The hook in this one is also emotional, with the worried mother on the other side of the phone. This emotional storytelling is what I have found to be my predominant style. Try a couple of sketches with the hook and find your style. As you may notice, the surroundings are not hyper-realistic or even realistic for that matter, but since the perspective, proportions, and anatomy are slightly correct, the important factor here is the creativity. The next question tells you to imagine yourself at a wedding, and they've mentioned the necessary details as well. Before attempting a question, it's also really important to not disobey anything in the question. Whatever they've asked in the question, it has to be on the answer. This was my attempted answer, and I didn't get any wild ideas, so I made the viewer record the dance with their phone. Paying attention to details like the slippers of the dancers on the floor, or the bride laughing, or the cameraman recording can definitely add a lot of weightage. Okay, so this is today's last question before some tips, and it's about a street vendor's cart tipping over. The question gives you the freedom to choose why exactly the cart tipped over. Maybe you can build a sketch story with that, with the story behind why it fell. I tried a slightly different approach in this one. This is one of my favorites because it gave me a chance to work with a new perspective. I tried to make it look like the viewer fell down while slipping on one of the oranges. The view is from the ground and you can see people rushing in to help. In the far off distance, you can see the wheel tumbling away. Although the perspective is not absolutely perfect, it's close, and like I said before, I believe the strong hook plays a better role. Okay, moving on to the general tips for part A and B. English, logical reasoning, math, and GK are obviously very important concepts. As for math and science, up to 10th grade is much more than enough. I took humanities with applied math as my stream to leave more time for like design prep and retain a continuous touch with calculations and stuff. The only drawback is that your only open IITs if you don't choose science as your stream would be IITB, IITD, IITH, and IITI. Another really important thing is to keep in mind that UCEED has negative marking, and it's extremely important to not attempt any questions that you don't know. Even if it feels like you've left too many questions, it's better than having those questions subtract marks from your correct answers as well, right? As for part B tips, I think I've already mentioned them throughout the video, but to sum it all up, do all the UCEED past year paper questions, fix your line quality, and be creative. Creating tiny thumbnails of your idea really helps. Just try to jot down your ideation process in a tiny box on the rough side of your sheet, where you can figure out the possible errors or difficulties associated with it and act before the time runs out. Speaking of time, I would now like to emphasize on a really important point to keep in mind. Each Part B question must be finished in a maximum of 25 minutes. Yes, you technically have 30 minutes for the two questions, but at the end, you'll be gasping for time. So it's essential to keep a buffer of at least 10 minutes. practice all your sketches without a time limit in your initial stages, where you'll get a grip on the creative storytelling aspect and perspective. Later on, try confining the time limit to 30 minutes, 25 minutes, and finally 20 minutes, including ideation. It may seem really hard, and it is really hard, but it definitely pays off in the exam hall, where you'll thank yourself for practicing so much in those last suffocating 10 minutes. So I'd like to tell you, lines can be practiced, perspective can be fixed, but crazy ideas are where you really win. So go make something they can't ignore.